All right, welcome everyone to this week's English class with the student leaders of the Speak English with Tiffani Academy. Today we have our amazing leaders again. I want to start off first by introducing Emma. Emma, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing wonderful, teacher.
Great, I am glad to hear that.
I'm eager to learn new things today.
Oh, good. And I am eager to teach you guys today. Good. And what about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, how are you feeling today?
Today is better than last week. Because last week we didn't know exactly what are we going to do.
So it was a surprise for you last week.
We are unwind.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Excellent. Well, Jocelyn, we're always happy to have you. And then next, Suchan. How are you, Suchan?
Yes, I'm good.
Good.
I'm great. Hi, everyone. Hi, teacher.
Good to see you. Then we have Alida. Alida, how are you?
I can't complain. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And finally, we have Machio. Machio, welcome. How are you, Machio?
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone. How are you doing best today?
Good, good. All right, so we are going to dive right into our class today. So for today, our focus is going to be on goals. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at a short dialogue between two individuals about goals. Now, these individuals that are joining me today, these student leaders that are here with me today, are a part of the Speak English Like a Native program. They are the advanced English learners. So we're going to be learning advanced English expressions and terms. So I am going to first, to start off our class today, I am going to read the dialogue first. Then I'm going to have you all read it with me, taking turns, and we're going to break down the expressions within the conversation, the dialogue, and then we're going to go over some other discussion questions. So this dialogue, again, the topic is goals, and I will read the dialogue between two individuals, Emma and Alex. Now, it's ironic because we actually have an Emma in our class today, but Emma, this is not you, but when I have you guys read, I'll probably let you read that one first, okay? All right, so we're going to dive in. I'm going to start by reading this dialogue. I'll be Emma and I will be Alex. Here we go. All right, Emma. Hey, Alex, I've been thinking about our personal and professional goals lately. How do you feel we're progressing? Alex, that's a great topic, Emma. I believe we've made some strides, but there's always room for improvement in goal setting and achievement. Emma, agreed. I think we need to be more strategic about setting smart goals. It's crucial for our future success. Alex, absolutely. We should also focus on maintaining a healthy work-life balance while pursuing our objectives. It's essential in today's fast-paced world. Emma, good point. What if we implement a monthly goal review session to track our progress and adjust our strategies? Alex, that's an excellent idea. It would provide us with regular check-ins and help us stay accountable to our goals. Emma, exactly. And we shouldn't underestimate the power of visualization and positive affirmations in achieving our goals. Alex, I agree. Let's make a concerted effort to incorporate these techniques into our daily routines. Persistence, adaptability, and self-motivation are key. Emma, I'm glad we're on the same page. Together, we can create a roadmap for success that aligns with our values and aspirations. Alex, absolutely, Emma. Our commitment to personal growth and goal achievement will undoubtedly lead to positive outcomes in the long run. All right, So let me ask you all this question before we go deeper into this conversation. Did you understand the overall or general idea of this conversation? You guys can keep yourselves unmuted. It's totally okay. Did you understand the overall idea of the conversation?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to ask you this. What words or expressions did you recognize, right? There were lots of new words and expressions, but I want you guys to let me know which word or expression you knew.
That we knew.
Did you see any expressions that you know?
Thrice.
Ooh, one more time.
Work-life balance.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, I heard work-life balance, and then what did you say, Alita?
No. Me.
No, it wasn't me. Me
Thrice.
too.
Oh, Machio, sorry, Machio. Strides. Excellent.
Strides.
Okay, strides, work-life balance. Anything else, ladies, that you heard that you remembered or recognized?
Self-motivation.
Ooh, excellent. Very good. Okay, so let's go and highlight that one. Self-motivation. Now, let's see where that one is located. Hold on one second, ladies. Do you all see it on the screen yet? Self-motivation. Anything else as I'm looking for self-motivation?
A smart.
Positive affirmation. Sorry, Emma.
Smart. Oh, that's okay.
No.
Emma said smart. Okay, good. What about
Visualization.
one more time, Suchan?
Visualization.
Oh, visualization. Good. Okay. Anything else, ladies, that you recognized?
Pursuing.
Positive affirmation.
One more time.
Affirmation. Positive affirmation.
Ah,
Sorry,
good.
I
Yes.
correct pronunciation.
Excellent. Positive affirmations. Excellent. And then I think Suchan also wanted to add one, or was that Emma?
Okay. Implement.
Implement. Excellent.
Implement.
Good job. Anything else? Let's do one more. And is there anything else
Yes,
you all?
persistence.
One more time. Persistence.
Persistence.
Yes, persistence. Excellent. Now, I saw one that I know each of you know for sure. Towards the end, Emma said, we're on the same.
On board.
On board is
December.
good. On the same page.
Same page.
Yes, on the same page. I knew you all knew that one. On the same page. Okay, so I have a lot of brand new ones that I want to explain and teach you all. But before we dive into that, I want you all to tell me quickly these expressions that you do know. All right, so work-life balance. What is work-life balance? What does that term mean? Work-life balance. Who can explain that one? Go ahead.
I think
It's not
equality between working and life.
Very good. Equality between working and also life or living. Excellent. Finding that equality right between the two. Very good point. Very good. Okay, what about implement? What about implement? Very good job, Machio. What does this term implement actually mean? Implement. Anyone know implement?
To do something.
To
or
use?
Performance.
Okay, to do something, right? To put something into practice. Good. Excellent, Suchan. And then I think, Alita, you wanted to add to what Suchan said?
I want to say use and it become part of you.
I like that. To use something to make it a part of you. Excellent. To implement, put something into practice and to make it a part of you. Excellent. What about visualization? I think Suchan might have been the one that mentioned this term, but what does it mean? What does visualization actually mean? What does that term mean?
To make something visually, you imagine that and you can see that, but not really you see that. It seems like you see that.
I like that. I like that. It seems like you're seeing it, but you're not really seeing it. I like that. We say a lot of times it's kind of a part of your imagination, right? It's kind of like right in your imagination. Excellent. So visualization, very good job. Excellent. Okay, there's another term that
Teacher, is it the same like vision?
Vision. Okay, very good connection. So vision, yes, deals with what you're seeing, right? Like what you can see. Visualization is kind of what you can see in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, I want to visualize, like I can achieve this. I'm visualizing myself achieving this or crossing the finish line. They call it visualization.
Like I want to imagine.
Yeah, it's like imagining something. Excellent. That's exactly what it is. Very good. All right, excellent. I think one of you mentioned positive affirmations. I think that might have been Machio. Positive affirmations. Can you tell us, Machio, what is a positive affirmation?
Actually, I don't know the word, but I think it's saying positive thing,
It is definitely saying positive things.
change positive mind, and
Yes.
so on. I don't know.
Yes. No, you're very good. Very good. It is saying something positive, right? So a positive
Can I
affirmation.
try?
Of course.
Positive mindset.
Yes, very good. Positive mindset. I think that was Jocelyn. And then I think also you wanted to add to what Jocelyn said. I think Alita wanted to add as well.
Affirmation is something that positive says.
Yes.
You say, I confirm, or what I say is positive.
Yes. And let me ask you all this. A positive, so we understand the term positive. Affirmation. Does an affirmation make you feel good or feel bad?
Feel good.
Exactly. Very good. For example, I'm going to give each of you a positive affirmation right now. Okay? Emma, you are a very beautiful woman. I love your lipstick choice today, and you're a very hard worker. Automatically, all of a sudden, Emma started smiling. Why? It's a positive affirmation, something to make you feel good about yourself, right? Alita, you are an amazing woman. You really care about your family, I can tell by the way you treat our family members in our academy and the other students. And you're always smiling. Again, positive affirmation. Jocelyn, we love you. You care about our family members and you're always consistent, right? You're always there for us and you always encourage individuals. Now I'm going to keep going. I love it. Everyone's face is slowly turning into a smile. I love it. All right. And then we have Machio. Machio, I've always loved you. I appreciate you because you're always consistent as well. And you try. You don't give up. Even when something is challenging, you still push forward. And I see that you do the same thing when we have new members come and join our family. You try to encourage them as well. And then Suchan. Suchan, I always appreciate you because you are also consistent. You teach classes or you lead our practice sessions at a time when I am asleep. And I never worry because you are always responsible. And I also love your questions. Whenever we have meetings or classes, you ask questions that I think people are thinking, but you're able to ask them and they always help the group. So those were a series. That was a series of positive affirmations. Now, do you all feel better or worse?
Better.
Hopefully better. Those are examples of positive affirmations, right? So in this dialogue, right, as we're reading the dialogue, Emma mentioned the power of positive affirmations, right? So we have persistence, self-motivation, and also we're on the same page. So ladies, I'm going to quickly go through these three so that we can get to our brand new expressions. But persistence, I mentioned it earlier when I said like you all are consistent, you do what needs to be done. Persistence means continuing to move forward even if it's challenging, right? I mentioned earlier with Machio, right? Even when there's a challenge, Machio, you just keep going. And I've watched you do that and you've improved so much. With self-motivation, this is something that's very interesting. And I'll just pause for a second to go over this because I think what happens with English learners, right? Sometimes it's very difficult to be self-motivated, right? When you've been doing something for so long, it's easy to get bored. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get overwhelmed, like I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm saying this because each of you, again, you are English learners, and the person watching this is also an English learner. But self-motivation can keep you going when things get challenging, right? Like, hey, I can do it. There's nothing I can't do, right? And again, for those that are Christian, I'm a Christian, right? It's like, God can help me move forward. Self-motivation, right? And then the last one, before we get into the brand new ones, is this one right here. We're on the same page. And I mentioned earlier, ladies, that this is something that I think each of you have at least used one time. We're on the same page means we are in agreement, right? We agree, we understand each other fully, we know what we're talking about. We're on the same page, all right? Now, I want to dive into some expressions that maybe you've never heard before, right? But before I dive into our very first one, I want to ask you all, in the dialogue, there were literally a ton of new expressions that are used in daily life for native English speakers. I want to ask the first person, was there one expression or word that you saw that you did not understand, that you did not recognize? Again, as I read the dialogue, and I'm showing it to you on the screen right now, just call out any expression or word that you're like, Tiff, I've never heard that word before, or you've heard it, but you don't know it. Anyone see anything?
Only it is try.
It's too small for me.
It's too small.
I'm using my phone, so.
No worries, no worries. Okay, no worries.
Fast-paced world.
One more time.
Fast-paced world.
Oh, good. Okay, a fast-paced world. So let me go back up and find that one. We're living in a fast-paced world. Okay, excellent. All right. This one right here. Fast-paced world. All right, fast-paced world. So what I'm going to do actually right now, so that you all are actually able to see, let's do this. All right, I think this might be easier. Fast. I'm going to write it out. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Fast paced world. Can everybody see this?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Yes.
My pleasure, my pleasure. All right. So a fast-paced world. So I want to break it down like this. Let me just kind of make it a little bit easier to visualize it, right? To see it. So in 2024, at the time of us doing this class, right? People get up in the morning, and instead of having a large breakfast, usually we do what? Either we get a piece of bread, we might eat some rice and some vegetables, but it's a very quick meal normally in the morning. Why? Because we have to rush to work, right? We don't want to be late to work. So we either drive to work, take the train, or ride in a taxi or a bus. We get to work, and do we sit down and say, it's just so good to be at work? Or are we like, okay, I have a lot to do. I'm looking at my emails. I'm looking at what my boss just gave me. And throughout the day, we're working very quickly. Then we're rushing off to lunch, coming back, then rushing back home. This is a fast-paced world. Many years ago, right? Honestly, probably in the early 1900s or early 1800s, things were a lot slower. People would go home at lunch. Hey, let's have a 2-hour lunch together with the family. People weren't going so fast. So in English, when we say a fast-paced world, it's just saying that everything is moving so quickly. So let me ask this real quick. First of all, does that kind of make sense, ladies? Fast-paced world? Make sense?
Yes, for me.
Yeah? Okay, so let me ask you a quick question before we go into this more. What is one drawback? I don't think I've ever taught you guys at work. What is one drawback of a fast-paced world? And the term drawback just means something negative, right? A con. You know pros and cons? Drawback means con. That's the exact same meaning. So what's one con of a fast-paced world? Or what's one drawback of a fast-paced world? Anybody? What's a drawback of a fast-paced world? Anybody?
I think people often get stressed with the rat race.
Excellent. People get stressed because of the rat race. Very good point, Emma. Very good point.
You have anxiety.
Yes, anxiety. Good. Anything else, ladies?
They don't have a good life.
Excellent. In this situation, we'd say,
And I think,
go ahead.
I think we become individuals. Because we don't have time to visit others. We only focus on what we have to do.
Wow, very good point. So it's kind of like self-centered or individualistic, yep. Or self-centered, right? So I'm only focused on me. Great point, great point. So we see that a fast-paced life does have quite a few cons, right? It's actually nice to have a slower pace of life, okay? So again, in the conversation, as they were talking, the individual, Emma, mentioned fast-paced life, right? She said a fast-paced life. So I want us to first dive into this term. Earlier, someone mentioned it, right? Someone called it out and said, oh, Tiff, I see SMART, right? You saw SMART, and it says SMART goals. Now, this is something that's very interesting, right? Because the term SMART goals, it's kind of easy to understand, like, oh, goals that make sense. But if you all notice, this is capitalized, SMART. It's actually an acronym. So I thought it would be very interesting for you all to know this acronym, all right? So I want us to look at this acronym, okay? The acronym literally stands for a goal that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Once again, for the S, we have specific, we have measurable, achievable, relevant, and finally, time-bound. All right? So specific, you guys have heard me so many times before in our academy, right? Explaining, hey, what is your exact goal, right? Tell me what your specific goal is. Then we have measurable, like, okay, well, how are you going to achieve that goal? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do next week? What are you going to do next month, right? This is called measurable, a measurable goal. Okay, I want to learn 1,000 words this year. Okay, there are 365 days. How are you going to learn 1,000 words? Every day I can learn the max 3 words a day, right? That would give you more than 1,000. So I'm measuring my goal. Does that kind of make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Makes sense, right? We say
Teacher,
measurable.
I have a question.
Sure, yes. What's your
Sorry,
question?
sorry, teacher.
No problem.
What time bound? Time bound is limit.
Oh, excellent. Very good question. So time bound. So time bound means there's a specific time period in which it must be achieved, right? So a few moments ago, I said, oh, I want to learn 1,000 English vocabulary words. But I didn't stop there. I said in 1 year. So now I have a certain time period, right? You notice how naturally my hands went like this? So today is October the 17th. That means by next year, October 17th, I need to learn 1,000 words. Time bound. It means it's surrounded by a certain amount of time or a time period in which I must achieve the goal. Does that kind of make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Excellent question.
Like
Excellent
a
question.
duration?
One more time.
It's like a duration.
Yes, very good. Excellent. A duration, very good. Like, how much time do I have to achieve this goal? And this is why, ladies, it's so important, right? Again, why I like this this term, right? If I just say, and I've had so many English learners say this to me. I say, hey, what's your goal? Tiff, my goal is to speak English fluently. I said, yes, I love that. By when? And then all of a sudden, they pause, like, oh, okay, by next year. Okay, great. So now we have the time. You want to speak English fluently by next year. Specific goal. Now we have to ask, okay, the measure. How are you going to do it? What are you going to do every day? What are you going to do each week? What are you going to do each month? All of a sudden, it starts getting measurable, right? We have the time. We have the measure. And I like to say get more specific. And this is advice for you all too, and then for the person watching. The more specific you are, the better, right? I told you all, I think I've mentioned this class several months ago that I wanted to do something for you all because you're student leaders and I appreciated you. And I had to figure out, okay, Tiff, your goal is to help the student leaders speak English more fluently, right? What does that look like? So I had to say, oh, I want to give a private class. Okay, specifically what? I want to teach them a dialogue, then words. Okay, what's the time? And I literally, you guys, I have all of my schedules right here with the classes I'm going to teach you guys. I even had to follow this. What is my specific goal? What's the time? Measuring it. So does that kind of make sense, ladies?
It makes sense.
Okay, good. So we have, again, SMART goals. So I want us to look at this first example sentence. Here we go. Here's the example sentence. We need to set a SMART goal for our project to ensure we meet our deadline and budget constraints. Notice, it's very simple to use this. We need to set a SMART goal, right? We could have just said we need to set a goal. But when we add SMART, this acronym in front of it, it's more specific, more measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, all right? So does it make sense how to use this in a sentence? Everyone understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Now, I only looked at that first example sentence because I want to give you all an opportunity to create your own sentence. So who would like to go first, giving us a sentence using this term SMART goal? Who would like to go first? I see smiles. I see people avoiding. Huh? Alita? Perfect. All right. Honestly, Alita, I thought I heard you.
Go first, and after we jump on the bandwagon. We are going
No
to jump on the
worries.
bandwagon after.
No, honestly, Alita, I looked down to write something, and I thought I heard you say Alita, and I was like, oh, good.
Okay, no problem. I will do my best.
Okay, so again, we're looking at the term is SMART goal. So Alita, can you please give me a sentence using SMART goal?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As a leader in this academy, every Monday, I send a private message to my members, my team members,
Mm-hmm.
to ask them to share with me the SMART goals for the week.
To share with me, that was so good, their SMART goals for the week.
For the week.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see this. Hold on.
Jocelyn.
I heard Jocelyn's name all of a sudden. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. As a leader in this academy, I sent a private message to my members to share with me their SMART goals for the week. So the only thing I'll change is right here.
Mm-hmm.
I send. Only because you do it on a regular basis, right? This is something you sent in the past,
Okay.
right? I send. Excellent sentence. Excellent, right? You understand, first of all, how to use it properly, and also you were able to put it in context and apply it to your life because you are a student leader and you want to know their goals. So excellent job, Alita. Very good, hun.
I know that,
Thank you,
that
teacher.
she can make it.
Oh, yes. And actually, Alita, at the end of her example, she said a name. So that person is going to be next. Jocelyn. So, Jocelyn, Alita has volunteered you. So, Jocelyn, we're going to ask you as well. Can you give us a sentence using SMART goal? Okay, can you give us a sentence using SMART goal?
My SMART goal
Mm-hmm.
is for extended until November
Mm-hmm.
to apprehend all the 5 globios and the details example that I made mistake last week
Mm-hmm.
to become in order to improve the quality of my speech, because I know when you use 5 globios and you give detailed examples, reasons, it helps you have a clear speech. I would like to apprehend all these kind of things in order to have a clear speech, a better speech during the November, the month of November.
Okay, hold on. Your teacher's writing an essay. Hold on. Okay, all right. So let me make this a little bit larger for everyone. Hold on 1 second, everyone. All right. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can all see it on the screen. All right, can everybody see that on the screen?
Yes, I can see. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so let me bring Jocelyn. Hold on, let me bring you back, Jocelyn. Hold on 1 second. All right, so let's look at this together. Here we go. Jocelyn, you still there?
Yes,
No,
I'm
it's
there.
not me.
Oh, Jocelyn. Okay, perfect. I saw Alita's picture. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to read it first, and then we're going to correct it together, okay? Here we go. My SMART goal is for extended until November to apprehend all the details and examples that I made mistake last week in order to improve the quality of my speech. So it was we call this a run-on sentence, and I know you were thinking in real time trying to figure things out. So let's actually correct it together in real time. So my SMART goal for November, let's do this. For November. So let me ask you this. Are you saying for the month of November or by the month of November? Or you want to achieve it? What are your thoughts? Do you want to do this in November or have it achieved by November?
By the month of November.
Okay, okay. Then let's move this around. My SMART goal, let's do this. I'm going to make it like this, ladies. And I'm going to type it below it, okay? Hold on 1 second. Let's make this larger. Let's change the color. All right, here we go. So, and tell me if this is what you're trying to say. My SMART goal is to, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the order around, okay? I'm going to change the order. So by November.
Bigger because I did say it.
Oh, let's see. Is that better?
Bigger than.
Bigger?
Because when I want to, okay, yes.
Okay, so the only thing is in order for me to see, hold on, can you guys see that?
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, so I'll try to say it out loud though so it makes sense.
Yes, you can repeat and I can
Okay.
pull up my.
Got you. Okay, so my SMART goal is to, and what I'm going to do is I'm rearranging the order of the sentence. Since you said, Tiff, my goal is to complete this by the end of November. We're going to put by the end of November at the end of the sentence. So my SMART goal is to, let's see, apprehend all the details and examples that I made a mistake last week in order to improve. Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So you said apprehend. I want to make sure you want to be able to comprehend and understand all the details, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's use comprehend
And
for this
put
one.
them into practice.
Okay. So my goal is to comprehend and utilize. Here's another word.
Okay.
Okay. My SMART goal is to comprehend and utilize all of the details and examples that I used incorrectly last week. I want to accomplish, hold on 1 second, ladies. Let's move this down. Let's see. I want to accomplish this by the end of November. Now I want to pause just to make sure, is this really what you're trying to say? This is right. Is this what you're trying to say?
It's good.
Okay, good. All right. Then you said improve the quality of my speech. Okay. This is a good part. Improve the quality. I'm just reading what you wrote of my speech because I know when you use the 5. Now I'm not correcting anything so far. This is exactly what.
Because when as I talk about myself, I'm not going to say you anymore.
Okay.
When I use the 5 W's, it's helped me.
Good, good. When I use the 5 W's, good. And give detailed examples, it will help me speak clearly. That sound good?
Good.
All right. So Now, I want to make this comment for the person watching. I know that, ladies, you're in this class and you guys understand this. One thing that each of you is able to do well is you're able to express yourselves well, right? You've learned how to give details. You've learned how to give examples. You've learned how to use the 5 W's, even to the point where usually students, when you ask them to give an example sentence, they give one short sentence, but you don't. Alita, you gave a long sentence, actually multiple. Jocelyn, you did the same thing, and I want to encourage the person watching. This is what happens when you practice and you're consistent like these ladies are, all right? So going back to the example again that Jocelyn gave. So now we have this brand new sentence. So Jocelyn, I'm going to ask you, can you read this for us? I'm going to ask you to read the new one for us, okay? Is this big enough for you? Let's see. Is that large enough?
No, it's not large enough because.
Oh,
I
you're on your
try
phone?
to-
No worries. Okay, well then I'll read it out for you then, Jocelyn. Okay?
Please.
Okay. My SMART goal is to comprehend and utilize all of the details and examples that I used incorrectly last week. I want to accomplish this by the end of November. This will improve the quality of my speech because I know when I use the 5 W's and give detailed examples, it will help me speak clearly. Make sense?
Good job.
Thank
Good
you
job.
so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. You
I
guys
give you a green card this morning.
a green card. Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Okay, but so you guys understand now this term SMART goals, right? Everybody understands it? Okay, good. All right. Before we go to the next term, all of a sudden I decided that I wanted to give you guys a very quick quiz. Let's see if you guys can remember so far what we have. Yes, Alita?
No, I
The
think
Susan
Sushin
raised her
raised her
hand.
hand.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Sushin.
I raised my hand.
Yes.
Teacher, could you show the sentence
Sure.
created by Jocelyn? Okay.
No problem at all. I'm going to show the sentence one more time. Hold on. Let's get it on the screen. Here you go. So this is the sentence that we just looked over. Okay?
Yes. All right. And the first line,
Mhm.
my SMART goal is to comprehend and utilize. I know I understand the utilize meaning, but in this sentence, I'm not so sure what is mean in this sentence.
Very good question. All right. So let me highlight this very quickly. Okay? Utilize. Okay? All of the details and examples. Okay. So earlier in the conversation, when I was speaking with Jocelyn, she said, yes, Tiff, I want to understand them, but I also want to use them in real life, right? So a lot of times what happens is an English learner will learn tons of words, but then you get to a conversation and you're like, I don't remember the word. I don't know how to use it, right? So utilize is similar to using something, right? I want to put it into practice. So I've taught you SMART goals. I've taught you different words today. Now you have to utilize them. Like, how can I use this in a real situation? Does that kind of make sense?
All right. Okay. Yes.
Great question. And then, hold on one second. Let me see if I can give you guys the, it's for the definition exactly from the dictionary, to make practical use of something. To make practical use of something, utilize. So again,
Like in French.
oh, it's the same in French? I love that.
Not the same spelling. The beginning we use the same, but we don't use this. How pronounce it?
Oh,
W-U-S.
we say utilize.
Yeah, utilize.
Ah,
We
okay.
don't use
You
the
say
Z, but
utilize.
we use S.
Okay, that makes sense. I think it helps when there are words that are similar. It's easier to remember them, right? I love it. Okay, excellent question, Suchun, and thank you so much, Alita, as well, for making that connection, because someone else who speaks French, that comment could help them as well. So great comment. All right, so now we understand how to use SMART goals. All right, quick quiz, ladies. Now again, everyone, you can be unmuted. I'm going to quiz you guys
Emma raised her hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, Emma, go for it.
I have something to share because I often read self-development books.
Yes.
So they mention a lot about SMART goal. But now we can use smarter goal.
Tell us more.
That means we add E and R. Like E stand for exciting goals, and R for realistic. That goal should be realistic.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so again, you said now we can actually add ER to change the word.
Smarter.
Let's do that right now. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so we have ER. Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to add E and a R. So we have E and R. And what does the E represent again?
E for exciting.
I like
goal
that.
should be exciting.
I like that. And what is R?
R for realistic.
Realistic. I love it. I love it. Excellent. Excellent. I love that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Emma, and I appreciate you sharing that with us.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Here's the first quiz, ladies. SMART goals, right? Emma just told us ER, now we add it to the end, and it's exciting and realistic. What does the S in SMART stand for?
Specific.
Woo, Alita, excellent, 1 point. Specific, very good. What does the M stand for?
Measurable.
Measurable.
Yes, measurable, excellent. What does the A stand for?
Achievable.
Ooh, achievable, very good. What about that first R?
The
Relevant.
relevant.
Relevant, yes, I heard it. Relevant, very good. I heard it, relevant. I heard it. And what about the T?
Time bound.
I'm bound.
Time bound, very good. You saw I was trying to help you out with that. Excellent, time bound, okay? So we know SMART goals, right? All right, so I want us to go back now, ladies, and we're gonna look back at the conversation because we already went over work-life balance. This is a term that each of you actually already know, right? Work-life balance, all right? I actually want us to look at this term right here. Accountability. Accountability. All right. Has anyone ever heard this term accountability? Anyone ever heard that term accountability? Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
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 What do you think accountability means? What does that mean? Anybody can break that one down? Accountability.
Being responsible.
Responsible. I love that. Being responsible. Excellent. Anything else you want to add to that, ladies?
Responsible for one's action.
Jocelyn,
Yes.
you sound like a dictionary.
No,
That was
because
excellent.
she's a judge.
Because I use it every time. Actually, that to say.
No, that was a compliment. I literally had the
No, not like a book. It's like a dictionary.
dictionary. I'm looking at my notes with the dictionary definition, and I said, wait a
So
minute.
this one is a positive affirmative.
There we go. Excellent. That was a positive affirmation. Yes. I paused because I was like, wait a minute. Is she looking at my notes? Literally responsible for one's actions. That's literally the definition. So I, in turn, will give you a green card. Here you go. All right. So a positive affirmation. Yes, that was a positive affirmation. So excellent. Being responsible for one's actions, right? Take accountability, right? So it means, hey, I'm going to take responsibility for my actions. So now I'm going to read the actual definition, which Jocelyn said, all right? So here's the definition, ladies. The state of being responsible or answerable for one's actions, decisions, or performance in relation to a goal or commitment. Accountability. And I really like this word because something that I emphasize, right? I love teaching English. I'm very passionate about it. But I always try to remind, right, my students, I talk to you all, and even those that are on YouTube, it's a relationship, right? We have to take accountability. As the teacher, it's my job to give the tools, right? The 5 W's, teaching you methods that you can use. But on the other side of the relationship, the student, the English learner, also has to be accountable, using the tools, right? Studying consistently, right? So this is a partnership, right? So again, it just means taking accountability just means responsibility for your actions, decisions, or your performance in relation to a goal, all right? So let's check out this example sentence. Any questions about the definition? Any questions? None? Okay, all right, so let's keep going then. Here's the first example sentence, all right? Here's the sentence. It says, the new project management system increased accountability among team members. The new project management system increased accountability among the team members. Let me ask you, does this make sense? I want to make sure you guys can visualize what's happening. It says the project management system actually made people more accountable. What does that mean? How did that happen? What are your thoughts?
More
I think
responsible.
this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jocelyn.
You can go, darling.
In my comprehension, what is it?
Accountability?
No, this other.
Oh, project management system.
Yeah, the project manager system will help the team workers to improve or to be more productive in their work.
I love that. I love that. Exactly. That's exactly right. Excellent. A project management system is usually on a computer, right? And everyone can see. So you guys can see what I have to do. I can see what you have to do. All of a sudden, oh no, I have to make sure I do my part. Why? Everyone can see what everyone else is doing, right? It makes you more accountable, right? Project management system. Does that make sense, everybody? We're good? Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to read the second example sentence, and then I'm going to have one of you or two of you give, or three actually, because three of you haven't gone yet, give an example sentence. So here's the second example sentence. By sharing his goals with a friend, Tom created a sense of accountability that motivated him to stick to his plans. Stick to. That just means to remain consistent, to continue doing something, right? To not stop, to not quit. In English, we say to stick to something, all right? Okay, so now I want to ask this question, all right? Alita, you've already given us a wonderful example sentence. Jocelyn, you also gave us a good example sentence. And now I'll give the first person. Okay, between Suchan, Machio, and Emma, who would like to give an example sentence first for the term accountability? Who would like to go first? Okay, good. Emma. All right, good. Okay. All right, Emma. So I'm going to put you on my screen with me, Emma. And again, I would like you to give me an example sentence for the term accountability. All right, accountability. All right, so what's your example sentence?
So my example is as an HR manager, I always encourage staff to develop their accountability.
I always encourage staff
to develop their accountability.
Okay, let me make this a little bit larger. 1 second. All right, can everyone see this on the screen?
Yes.
We're good? Okay, good. Okay, good. As an HR manager, I always encourage staff to develop their accountability. I like it. So I'm only pausing to see if we can make it even more natural, right? Sense of accountability. So there's a phrase we say in English, sense of accountability, right? And in this sentence, it sounds more natural. I want to encourage our staff members to develop their sense of accountability or to increase their sense of accountability. Your sentence is good, right? Their sense of accountability, just kind of a tip to add, right? But I like that, right? Encourage staff, and I want to say encourage staff members, to be more specific, right? Encourage, let's just add staff members in there, okay? But excellent job, staff members, all right? Staff members, okay? Excellent job, Emma. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, good job. All right. Suchan, you are next. You want to give us a sentence?
Okay. Okay. Okay, the young teacher, he is new. He is a new teacher. The young teacher, he tried to increase students' accountability. That's all.
Okay. He tried to increase students' accountability. Okay, the young teacher. Now, I heard you say the new young teacher. Do you want to add that in there or leave that part out?
Get that part out.
Okay, all right. So let's make this a little larger. Here we go, 64. Okay, the young teacher, he tried. So we don't need he, right? You can take this out. The young teacher tried to increase students' accountability. And I will add his students' accountability.
His student.
Yeah,
Okay.
his students' accountability. I like that. He tried to increase their accountability. Excellent. Very good. I like the smile as well. Confidence. I love it. You're welcome. Excellent. All right, and next we're going to have Machio. Machio, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Excellent. All right, Machio.
My example.
Mhm.
Yes, my example is in this academy we have a lot of accountability. For example, respecting other culture,
Mhm.
and encouraging each other, and enjoying communication.
Hold on. Encouraging each other. And what was the last part?
Encouraging communication.
Encouraging.
Sorry, enjoying.
Got you.
Sorry.
No worries. Enjoying communication. All right, let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. In this academy, we have a lot of accountability. For example, respecting other cultures. Okay. Encouraging each other and enjoying communication. All right, I like it. Grammar is good, right? We just had to put the comma there and take out the and. For example, respecting other cultures, encouraging each other, and enjoying communication. The grammar is good. We have a lot of accountability. Great job. Great job. Great job. Respecting each other, encouraging each other, and enjoying communication, right? We're responsible. Now, remember accountability. Great job, Machio. Great job. So this is for everyone. Remember this term accountability. We use it, right, when we are responsible for something specific, right? And I want to say this because for the person watching, they're probably wondering, well, why is respecting somebody else something that's connected to accountability? Because that's something that is really emphasized in this academy, right? We always want to make sure we are respecting each other, and we are individually, I'm including myself, we are individually responsible for caring about others, for respecting others, and you mentioned, Machio, other cultures. So I'm really glad you brought that out, and that is something that is emphasized here. So excellent job. Very good, ladies. Very good. All right. Are you ready for your next quiz?
Teacher, I have
Sure.
a question.
Sure.
With Michigan sentence.
Yes.
Yeah, because I see it's a lot. So accountability is a plural one or single one.
Very good question. So we use it, it's single, and I'm pausing because the way that, let me show the sentences again on the screen. Hold on one second. So the way that the sentence is structured, right? In this academy, we have a lot of accountability, right? Period. For example, respecting each other, we have to be accountable for that. Encouraging each other, we have to be accountable for that. Enjoying communication, we have to be accountable for the enjoyment aspect, right? So we wouldn't say accountabilities. So we wouldn't pluralize it, right? But because it's in two different sentences, each one is actually representing, I'm accountable for this, I'm accountable for this. So for example, a mother, right? A mother is accountable for her children. A father as well, but we're just talking about a mom. A mother is accountable for feeding her child, making sure the child is taking a shower, right? Accountable for making sure the child is safe, right? So great question. We wouldn't say accountabilities, but we'd say accountable. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Great question. Great question. Any other questions before I go on? Any other questions? No? Okay, perfect. All right. So let's have a quick quiz, ladies. Very quick quiz. I'm going to describe something that came from the dialogue, and I want to see if you guys remember the term, okay? Life is busy. Life is extremely busy. We rush to work. Even at work, we're rushing, trying to get things done. I leave work and I'm trying to rush to get food. We live in a what type of world?
Fast-paced world.
Fast-paced world.
Fast-paced. Very good. Excellent. Fast-paced. Very good. Okay. If I want to put something into practice, right? I want to start utilizing something. I want to use it. What is the word?
Utilize.
Well, I said utilize. So what's another word? If I want to put something into practice,
Implement.
I want to
Use.
utilize it. Implement. Good. I kind of tricked you guys. Sorry. I kind of tricked you guys a little bit. You were like, Tiff, it's utilize. Yes, implement. Very good. Very good. I think that was Suchan. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to show you and you tell me what I'm doing. What am I giving you? Okay. Machio, excellent example you gave earlier. Suchan, you're doing a great job. You have great questions and you also are able to answer very quickly. What am I giving?
Positive affirmation.
Very good. I'm giving positive affirmations. Excellent. All right, last one. I have an idea and I'm telling you my idea. I'm giving you all the details of my idea. In the beginning, you're kind of like, I'm not really sure. But by the end of my explanation, you're like, that makes sense. I get it. I understand. And I agree. We are
On the same page.
on the same page.
On the same page.
Yes, on the same page. Now, give me 2 other examples for on the same page. Same meaning. We're on the same page.
In the same boat.
In the same boat? Okay.
I
Board.
put myself in your shoes.
I put myself in your shoes. Very good. All right. Now, just because the person watching this does not know those 2, I'm going to explain it. So, we are, one more time, what did you say, Jocelyn?
In the same boat.
Good. In the same boat. And what was the other one?
Put oneself on people's shoes, on
In your
somebody's
shoes.
shoes.
Very good. Both of those, right, have a similar meaning to on the same page. The only difference is, right, if I put myself in your shoes, normally you are going through a challenging situation. Normally something's happening to you that's not easy, but I'm putting myself in your shoes. I can understand what you're going through, right? So normally in the same boat, it's kind of like, okay. It's not an easy situation. I'm putting myself in your shoes. It's not an easy situation. Now, on the same page can be something that's positive, though. Like, hey, we're on the same page. We got it. We understand each other totally. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right. So I want us to wrap up our class today. Again, we're talking about goals, looking at the dialogue. I want us to wrap up by having you each read a portion of the dialogue. Now, I know earlier it was a bit harder for you all to see it on the screen. So I'm going to try to share it on the screen and hopefully, let's see. All right. Who can see it? I know some of you are on your computers, some of you are on your phones. Alita, you're on the screen right now. Are you able to see it, Alita?
No,
Not really?
it's too small for me.
I think it's too small on the phone. No worries. Let me see. Emma, are you on your computer?
Yes, I
Okay.
can read it.
Okay.
I'm able to read.
Emma, I'm going to have you be Emma. And then I'm going to ask, let's see. I will ask, Suchan, are you on the computer? Okay.
Yes.
Suchan,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to be Alex, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Emma, you can start.
Yes. Hey, Alex, I have been thinking about our personal and professional goals. Leslie, how do you feel we progressing?
Progressing good.
That's a great topic, Emma. I believe we have made some
Strides.
strides, but there's always room for improvement in goal setting and achievement.
Agreed. I think we need to be more strategic about setting smart goals. It's crucial for our future success.
Absolutely. We should also focus on maintaining a healthy work-life balance while pursuing our objective. It's essential in today's fast-paced world.
Good point. What if we implement a monthly goal review section to check our progress and adjust our strategies?
That's an excellent idea. It would provide us with regular check-ins and help us stay accountable to our goals.
Exactly. And we shouldn't underestimate the power of visualization and positive affirmations in achieving our goals.
I agree. Let's make an
Concerted.
concentrated,
Concerted.
concerted,
Mhm.
concerted effort to incorporate these techniques into our daily routines. Persistence, adaptability,
Stability.
and self motivation are key.
I'm glad we are on the same page. Together, we can create a roadmap for success that aligns with our values and aspirations.
Absolutely, Emma. Our commitment to personal growth and goal achievement will undoubtedly lead us positive outcomes in the long run.
Excellent job, ladies. Very good. Very good. Excellent job. Now, I wanted to emphasize something. That was a very short dialogue. But even though we went over many words and expressions, there were still quite a few, right? Make a concerted effort. There were still quite a few expressions and words that we didn't go over. So this is just advice for you all. You have this actual document to look up the words, and then for the person watching, you can watch this again, and also you can look up the words. But I want to commend each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to our next class. And again, if you have questions from this class, you can bring them to our next one and I'll answer them then. But does anyone have any final thoughts or any questions before we wrap up our class for today? Yep, Alita.
Could you tell me what is the difference between incorporate and implement? There is
very
a
good.
difference or not?
Very good question. So incorporate and implement. So I'll be very honest with you. Incorporate and implement actually are synonyms, right? I want to incorporate this into the lesson. I want to implement this. I will say there's a slight nuance, right? As I'm saying it, if I want to incorporate this into the lesson, it's kind of like I just want to add it, right? The feeling, again, as a native English speaker is I just want to add it. When I say I want to implement this, it has kind of a deeper feeling for me as a native speaker. For example, I want to add it to the lesson, but I also want to make the lesson kind of focused or centered around this thing, right? So for example, I want to incorporate vocabulary into the lesson. That means I just kind of want to add it in there, right? This is the best way to understand it. Everyone, even if you don't like cooking, you understand the idea of cooking, right? When you're cooking, you need ingredients, right? Part of the ingredients are essential ingredients, right? If you're making bread, you need flour to make the dough, right? But let's say, for example, I need to add a little salt, or I want to add, maybe I'm making a sweeter bread, a little cinnamon, right? Cinnamon is not mandatory, right? But it kind of enhances, right? I want to incorporate cinnamon into this bread recipe, but I have to implement flour. Why? I'm going to focus my bread around it. Does that kind of make sense? So that's kind of the difference. Okay, good. That's a great question, though. Great question. There are synonyms, but slight nuance. No worries at all. Any other questions? That's a great question, Alita. Any other questions? None? All right. Well, ladies, I hope you enjoyed this class. Again, I look forward to our next one, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
teacher, for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank
It
you,
was a
teacher.
pleasure being
You're
here
welcome.
with you.
Thank you,
See you
teacher.
next.
Yes.
You're good. I just stopped the recording. Sorry. Like last time, I had to hit finish. Oh, actually, we're still recording.